There are times when you don't understand things, you have to go and tell that I don't understand things. Now, coming back to like Palantir, like in terms of onset point, see, we have to agree on this part that Peter Thiel has supported Trump. He is tainted for his life in Silicon Valley. Okay, he is pariah for a lot of people. People will not touch him or not praise him with a 10-foot stick now. I think that's the reality. Okay, since they cannot do anything against him or against Trump, they need to find a common passy, and in this case, Palantir is one of those victims. The second is, as we saw in the case of Ross Gerber. I mean, he went online and he spewed lies. I mean, just think about it. This is a company. Your government is depending on this company to stop terrorist attack. They are putting soldiers in areas, and they are putting their lives on this, that this software will tell us where the IED is going to be. They are looking for the software to identify the human trafficking, the child trafficking, and you go and you say online, yeah, it's a company that is selling your data to Russia, China. I mean, guys, I have lost all respect for Ross. You do not have basic courtesy. Even if you think like that, you have to think 20 times that, okay, I have a certain responsibility. I mean, that was trash. If you say something like this, you need to, I mean, like, you saw like what happened with Cambridge Analytica. Zuckerberg was sitting in Senate. If Palantir has done all these things, why Alex Karp is not sitting in the Senate?
Yeah, good point.
When you get every tech company and every useless sometime, I mean, I have seen so many people sitting in Senate for things that I sometimes think that what these people are doing there. And then you claim these things, and it's a functioning democracy, then yeah, get these people to sit there. So so thing is that this is what upsets me, is that people who have following, who have certain clubs and culture, whatever you call it, when they go and they do things which are irresponsible, and it has an impact. So what Ross has done, and when I'm looking back at the whole Ross thing, I mean, I really appreciate the way Ross has defended Tesla a lot of time when the times were tough. But when I look the whole situation, to me look like is Ross is just obsessed of becoming another Cathie. He just want to have this ETF, and I want to become this investors, and so he is using the Tesla pixie dust to show himself as an investor, better investor than he actually is. And the way he came on Palantir, I mean, you don't like Palantir, fine. You can say it's a bad company. I don't like the business model. I don't think company is going good, and that's a fair criticism. Saying that it's spying on you and selling your data, you better have proof for that.
The thing is, Ross did the most Trumpian thing ever, because Trump said egregious statements and got a crap ton of media coverage, which is why he became president. Ross, going back to your point, Sachin, which is that he's not a strong investor from a popularity perspective outside of one outsized bet that he made on Tesla, means that he needs to have egregious takes, bearish takes against other hot takes against other companies. Because if you look at the rest of his ETF, it's Microsoft, it's the same shit. Apple, Google, he's against Facebook. Okay, fine. Netflix, he likes Netflix. But Cathie, because she's going after Roku and Zoom and these companies that literally in the next 5 years, she's either going to be right, really right, or really wrong. Ross is not taking that type of a bet, but he did on Tesla. So it's like he has a little bit of that. So it's like, if you don't take that much of an outsized bet on the truly disruptive, innovative companies we'll see in the next 5 years, if she's right, then you've got to have some egregious takes. And it seems like Palantir, he decided to go hunting for them, but it was just the most ignorant take ever. And, it left a bad perception on the company.
I think he's scared. I think the last interview that I saw.
No, I don't think, my worry is he says he's scared and he gets this threat, but let me be honest. I mean, somebody who has covered Tesla for this long and has been chased by Tesla Q, I mean, the reason is because think from game theory point of view. If you are wrong, are you going to say you are wrong? You will say something else. If you are really threatened, you will say I'm threatened. If you are not threatened and you want some excuse, you will say I'm threatened. So what you say at this particular time is actually useless. So game theory is very important, like how you judge these things. See, look, what he is doing is exactly what Nikola Trevor Milton has done. He went quiet on the topic. The moment is his. So this is exactly what Ross Gerber has done. He went quiet. That means lawyers are telling him most likely that you stay quiet on this thing. You don't know what you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to say that my lawyers have told me to stay quiet? No, you will just say, "Oh, I'm scared. I'm getting this. I don't want to talk about it." See, I don't know what's going on in his life. I mean, I'm sitting almost like on the other part of the world. Okay, but my money is in the line, and I have to use my head and my 25 years of corporate experience. That what exactly this guy is doing. And when I see his character in this particular case and his actions, they don't match. So he is lying. Okay. The moment you get, and people like me, I mean, we can sit on a situation for 10 years, but when we make our mind, yeah, we act on it. So, in my view, Ross' image as an investor has only been accentuated because of the pixie dust he was collecting from Cathie, from Tesla, from Ron Baron, and he was playing around it. And I mean, of course, the guy is not dead. I mean, he knows things. He's sitting, he's managing almost $1 billion of money. I would like to manage that kind of money since I started now advising funds. But he lacked character. And when you lack character, yeah, I mean, you are just to me another con man in one form or another.
He's our Gordon Johnson, baby. That's what it is. We needed a
So
Gordon. He stepped right in.
so I lost my respect for him. I don't like the way he spoke. I mean, see, people troll me a lot of time and they come back to me like on views. They have negative views about Palantir. And to be honest, I'm actually very happy that people say me things about like what is. But lies, I mean, man, I advise governments, regulators, large companies, Fortune 500 companies. I mean, I have basic understanding, okay, how things work in the background and what's a lie and what's not. So in this particular case, I think, yeah, what Ross has done was very unprofessional and sad.